This is FerriPhoenix channel. Please subscribe, okay? And leave your thumbs up. Yes.
Welcome to FerriPhoenix, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. Now, guys, before we get into this story, I want to introduce you guys to my true story, How a Player God Played. This is my book. It is now available on Amazon, and I want you guys to go ahead, click the link in the description, and get your copy right now. Well, watch the video first. Hello. Guys, I felt the need to share a story with you this morning. Now, when I was in college about 2 years ago, a fellow student, she asked me to help her with a presentation. And I'm pretty kind, and so I went ahead and I said yes. I usually plan for stuff. Like, I usually don't do things impromptu. But I went ahead and said yes because I had some time on my hands. And I didn't realize, though, that she was asking me to help her with a function the next morning. And I didn't know the scale of it, how big it was, and that you have an audience and stuff like that. Anyway, I went ahead and assisted her. And it turned out that it was actually a function where the chair of my department, I was in the communications department, so the chair and other people, other important people from the department would have been there, and I was not prepared. I'm going to admit it. So when I was there talking, because my job was to be on the mic and I'm supposed to be inviting people to come over and to join us and to take part in what was happening in the department. I was supposed to invite people over, you understand? I was the MC, so to speak. But I didn't know. I thought she just wanted me to come through and do something really quick and leave. I didn't know that she actually wanted me to host the entire thing. So as I'm there, and I'm warming up to it now because I'm realizing what it is that I'm being asked to do, and I'm there talking, I heard the chair. Well, she was the acting chair at the time of the department. Well, first, she hissed her teeth, got up and walked away. And then I heard her say stuff like she called the young lady who asked me to do it. And like she's saying to her, why would you ask her? Like, she's so boring, or, she was saying some really mean things. And guys, that very morning, when I was asked to do that by the young lady, the student, was the very same morning that was the deadline for me to submit my valedictorian form. That is when I was supposed to go get the form from, because I'd already decided that I wanted to. My whole life, I've always wanted to be a valedictorian. So when I was in college, even before I started college, I knew I wanted to be valedictorian because I've always just been a confident person. And I felt in that moment when the acting chair, she wasn't the chair at the time, when she got up and said those mean things about me, I felt this small. I felt like a piece of S. I felt like a nobody. And then I walked away. I heard what she said, and I walked away feeling like nothing. And then it dawns on me that, oh my goodness, it is now after 10 to 11, and you're supposed to submit this form by 12. I was supposed to submit the valedictorian form by 12. If I didn't submit it, I could not compete to be valedictorian. And so here I am, I'm walking to the office. This is the office that I'm supposed to, because I'd already asked my department to pass it, because your grades have to be at a certain level, and it was passed. So I'm walking to the office, and the secretary at the time, she's probably still there. She's a beautiful lady. Miss Foster, hi, if you're listening to this. And I went to her and I asked for the paper, and she gave it to me. And I felt like, okay, I thought for a long while. I'm like, if this lady think that you're so boring, because that's what she was saying, like, why would you ask this person? She's so boring. And I'm saying, shoot, if the acting chair of your department think that you're so boring, find you so, it's like watching paint dry pretty much. How are you going to give a valedictorian speech? You're going to be talking to thousands of people. How are you going to do that? And I wrestled with myself, and I took comfort in the fact that I could just put the paper aside. I didn't have to do it. Like, no one was forcing me to do it, and I told myself, you don't have to do it. No one's forcing you to do it. You could just quit. Like, just quit. And so I thought for a second, I'm like, yeah, I don't have to do it. I don't want nobody booing me saying I'm boring. And I wrestled with myself, just like Jacob wrestled with God, I imagine. And I said, Natalie, you came this far. Your whole life you've wanted this. Your whole life you've wanted to be a valedictorian, because I've always wanted greatness. But here it is. I'm being tested down to the minute, because I wrestled with myself for about an hour, to be quite honest, almost an hour. And then I said, you know what, to hell with it. I'm going to take it in and give it in. Chances are I might not even get a chance. They might not even call me, because you had a lot of people competing to be valedictorian. So what are the chances of them calling me, you know? So anyways, against my terrible judgment, I submitted it, because I still believed in myself. This is why, parents, it's important to teach your kids to believe in themselves. Just wanted to say that. And I submitted it. And as it turned out, I was called to compete. I competed with tens of people, and I won. I became valedictorian. And I was told by many that I did a great job, and I'm thankful to God for that. But what I'm trying to put across is that a lot of times we limit ourselves because of what we think that people think of us. Let me tell you something. What negative people think of you is none of your business. That is not your business. It's theirs. If they feel like you can't do something because they can't do it, it's their business. Live your full life. Live your full life. You have one life to live. Do not allow people to call you down, to hold you down, or to allow you to think anything less of yourself than God says you are. Live your full life. Live your full potential. Explore your purpose and hone your skills. Never, ever allow anyone to take that away from you. Because if I didn't do what I was born to do, if I didn't go ahead and submit that paper, I would not be valedictorian. This just happened 2 years ago. And I've always been a confident person. So imagine if I wasn't confident to begin with. Guys, there's greatness in you. When the devil sees this greatness, he's going to use all sorts of negativity, whether it's people, habits, or things, to deter you from your greatness. Do not allow it to happen. Shine like the stars that you are. God bless and have a beautiful day. Love you.
I get it back and I triple it up. Back never empty, I'm filling it up. Making my wrist and my pinky lit up. Don't hit the store, you know I got the plug. Running up a check and sex fit till a trunk for a whole lot of check.